Oh. Oh gosh, you gotta watch the beginning. You gotta watch the beginning. Who is there? All right, looks like we're live. I think we're good. How's it going? Happy Monday, my friends. Happy Monday. Got another Easter egg at the beginning for all those replayers. How are we doing today? Testing 1, 2. All right, good deal. Whew. How's it going? You got to catch the beginning of this. You got to go back at some point in time. I always have something special at the beginning of these lives for those of you who are catching the replay. But ultimately, oh, my wife, she freaking liked it. I don't know if she's on right now or not. Yeah, always put something fun there. Excited to be here. All right. There's all the full-time filmmakers there. My friends, just so you know, I've asked, man, holy crap, it went up fast. Got park permission there in here in a number of groups and a number of things going on. I wanted to talk about this. I thought this would be relevant for all of you with your creative endeavors and things you're working on right now. And when you're seeking out and you're hearing from someone like myself or anyone else out there, and you've given me 5 seconds or 5 minutes to listen, I find that you'll have a very different experience here than you may from most, because after a decade of really 14 plus years in video production and owning my video production company, I've got to experience many different things. Hello, everybody. How's it going? A lot of you on here today. Welcome. You need a little morning motivation, a little morning jumpstart, a little morning mind tune-up. Excited to have you on here. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. You hear me loud and clear, that you're alive and kicking and ready to rock and roll for this week. I thought this title would be good for everybody. Goals or no goals, big dreams or small dreams, get up early or not, loans or no loans, hire or don't hire, safe or risky. And we can go on and on and on with different things where basically we can take the opposites. And here's what I've found, especially in the world of marketing and dealing with people, is that at the end of the day, we are, everyone on some level is looking to stand out, is looking to be different. Heck, even I am. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I mean, why we got to make it a blockbuster night? I mean, I got that on shirt on today. But the reality is what I've found is when I started my company and I filmed my first wedding in 2005, full transparency here as well. I coach full-time now. I can get into that story. But I don't coach because it was necessarily up front the easier way to make money. I was making better money with video production. But my goal with everybody is that to light people's souls on fire, to get them to do what it is that they want to do. And so way back in the day, I didn't know what it was I wanted to do. And I thought I would have a candy machine business. Well, I had a candy machine business. I thought I'd be a personal trainer at Valley Total Fitness. Had a lot of different things. But what I did find is there wasn't as much paralysis by analysis to the degree that there is today. I heard this one guy say the apathy of options one time. And it's as if you go to a restaurant, there's 20 things on the restaurant menu, or 30 or 40 or 50 things. And no matter what you choose, you feel like you didn't make the right decision. And so how many of you can relate that you have not a lack of options or opportunities, but rather too many, and you are not sure what to choose. You're not sure what to do. And so what I found is that when I did my first wedding, there wasn't a million videos to watch on YouTube or different things to be inspired by. My mom cleans houses, and she gave me a DVD of somebody that she cleans houses, and they had just got married. And that was the video I watched. And so I give a lot of credit to my early years in my video production company, 2005 through 2010. Although there were options and I received certain advice that confused me at times, I didn't have a lot to pick from. And now any of you listening to this right now, you can go on Google, you can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, and anything else in between. And there are literally millions of people saying millions of different things. And if that's relating to you, leave me a relate in the comments, because, my goal is to not really provide more information, but rather to allow you to look that when you listen to me specifically, if you get on here once for 5 seconds, or you get on here for 5 minutes, or you get on here multiple times, my goal is for you to not need to listen to the entire thing the entire time and take down everything that I said and then have it confuse you. What I'm looking for is the nugget. You're looking for the insight. You're looking for their perspective. What matters most is what's in this moment. So what is causing you the most angst, confusion, anxiety, frustration, irritation? That essentially one thing that you can resonate with, because I'm not here to give you the way. And you have to be careful when you look out there into the world and you're learning from people who have the way. They have the formula. They have the framework. They have the script. They have the course. They have the thing that will change your life. Because what I find is that in my own life, and many of those that I've worked with through the years, is that there are lots of different ways. I've heard people say dream big. I've had other people give a great, case for not dreaming big. I've had people say that you should have goals, you should have no goals, you should have SMART goals, right? You can go on with the different spins that we can put on things to effectively get something to go, oh, this is the way. And what I find is the right way is the way that you can get behind and you can get excited about and you do not have to force. So what that way is, when I do my one-on-one coaching with people, I'm not here to tell them what to do. There are plenty of people who have told you what to do in your life throughout your life, and you didn't do what they told you anyways. Or it didn't resonate, but you did it because you paid money, you look up to them, or XYZ, but your willpower will only take you so far. If you hate something, don't want to do something, wish you never had to do something, you may do that something for a little bit, but more than likely for a lot of bit. And what I can tell you, one of the most powerful things I've seen in my own life is some version of consistency. Whatever that consistency is. See, even for me, I've been doing these morning tune-ups. I think this is going on the third week. That I don't think overall I've missed Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I've done a few Wednesdays. And I've gotten on here every day between about 9 and 10, except for one day I had to do the afternoon. Now, the thing is, I've noticed that there are people that, have said great things, have not said greatest things, have watched a bunch of them and then say something. And I encourage you to leave me a message. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what people have to say and that maybe you've watched one or maybe you've watched 12 of them. But that what I committed to right now was the commitment of being consistent, but not committed yet to a time. Because here's what I found when it comes to goals and habits and aspirations and dreams, is that we restrict, and I know that this has come from my own life, which is why I teach and coach this way, is that at times you're an evening person, but you've been told over and over again that you must be a morning person, but you're not right now a morning person. So you spend all your time fighting the fact that you are an evening person, you're really productive in the evening, but yet you're fighting because you've found all these people who tell you you should be a morning person. And so what I'm here to tell you is that you'll find people who will tell you to be a morning person. You'll find people who tell you to be an afternoon, an evening, take naps in between. There are so many different ways to succeed. There are so many different ways to win, to make money, to be happy. And a lot of it starts with really getting back in touch with ourselves and figuring out what resonates with us, not just what worked for someone else. It may align and it may work for you. I'm not saying that it won't. But it's more powerful to be consistent, whatever that looks like. Joe Rogan, I don't care whether you like him or hate him or whatever in between. I've studied lots of different people for various reasons at times. But he's got a $100 million deal with Spotify. And he was consistent while he was very inconsistent at the same time. Meaning the consistency was things came out every single week, more or less for a decade. But when they came out, I could find no rhyme or reason. They could be Mondays 3 times in a day, a Wednesday 3 times in a day, a Tuesday once, a Thursday not this week, but next week 3 in a day, right? There were all various times and different frequencies, but every week it happened. So whatever it is that you're wanting to do, can you make progress over perfection, right? Can you consistently keep doing it while being maybe inconsistent? Maybe that works for you better right now, right? Maybe it's better that you do something 5 minutes a day every day than an hour a day for a week and then stop. And I know for my own life, this is my own reminder, right? This idea that for me, there's certain things that I build into habits that I do consistently at specific times. But there's a lot of things that when I've tried to do too many things like that, it breaks for me. So I can either beat myself up and then not continue to make any progress whatsoever because I don't do it at 2 p.m. on Friday, every Friday. Oh, I lost. Right? The amount of rules that we've set up that make it difficult at times for us to win. Because then we feel like a failure if we break that rule, if we don't do that thing at that time. And so my thing is within ethics and morals and whatever standards you have there, not breaking the law, that there's a lot of things that we're just making up things anyways. I mean, on a lot of levels in this world, everything is made up. So what really, when it comes to goals or no goals, big dreams or no dreams, taking risk or not taking risk, you got to find what works for you. And when you find what works for you, you're more likely to be consistent. And if you're consistent, you're more likely to get results. But most things, and I was just talking to my buddy, he's done some free projects and this and that and these things, and now some things are popping, and he's really excited about it. But my thing is if you're waiting for, hold on one second. Excuse me. So many times people are waiting for, to get paid. Hold on. A little nasally today. God dang. There's some stuff in the air. So what I was saying about that is this idea that at times, if we love that thing that we want to do, whether that's from playing the violin, learning to edit, learning to write, learning to speak, I always love to show this video for people.
In 10 years, I hope to have a very successful business with my video production stuff. As you can tell, I'm not the actor. Not at all. I like to be behind the camera in front of this, putting stuff together. An amazing 2011. I started with nothing, and I've just surrounded myself with really good people. And anything's possible. I'm kind of goofy and kind of awkward in front of the camera, because again, I like to be behind it.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Gevin here, and I'm super excited to be with you on Wednesday. We're going to do this video in 60 seconds or less. Thank you very much. Just kidding. All right, let's go at it. So I am fired up. Find what you're passionate about, but keep trying. Even in my trying to find what lights me up, I keep failing. I keep doing things. I keep trying so I can find that thing.
Awesome. So I'm so glad that I have that documented, because I love to share that with people, because no matter who you're watching, me or anyone else, we all have those journeys on so many levels. Even you have those journeys in your life. And the reality is that what I'm doing today wasn't something that I even wanted to do back when I was 18 years old. Doing this right now is not on my radar. It wasn't a desire. It wasn't a passion. It wasn't a like. It wasn't any of these things. But yet then I kept living my life, doing my thing, and then I essentially, came back around, had people start asking me to do these things, and then the more I did it, the more I fell in love with it. But even when I wasn't making money with it, I was doing it because I love it. I've done that in my video career. I've done it in speaking. I've done it in coaching. Whatever it is that you want to do it. Because the only way you'll get excellent at it, the only way you'll have people really desire to work with you or pay you to do that thing, is that you do it and you become great at it, and whatever great looks like. But do your best with where you're at today. But don't worry, at times we're wanting to just jump too far ahead too fast. And I have to remind myself of that, to have patience. If you're enjoying this, give it some likes and love. If it's resonating, leave it in the comments. People just get so enamored. Facebook's like, hey, nobody's interacting with this sucker. So you enjoy these, always leave a comment, even if it's just a dot, a period, an exclamation, a thumbs up, a rock and roll, a resonate, whatever word you want to use. Just let me know that you're alive and kicking on there and it's resonating. Hit the little buttons at the bottom there. But yeah, it's a powerful reminder that, especially in all the times and everything that's happening right now, to have patience, right? To keep having persistence, to keep making progress, to keep moving forward, to not quit. Whether they're a big or small dream is irrelevant. You know, I see people who sometimes say, oh, if you're not making this amount of money, you're in poverty. If you're not doing this, you're a worthless human. You're not. There's so much shaming and fear-based and guilting people into things. And for me, there's so much of that. You'll not get that from me here. My goal is to continue to just encourage, to inspire, to expand the mind, to help you think a little bit differently, to help you see things a little bit differently, and hopefully provide some relief. Hopefully provide some yes, okay. Because I can tell you that, yes, I've done a lot in my life, but at the same time, I've had my own roller coaster ride. And the more and more I've learned about the mind, that's why I call these mind tune-ups, you know. For me, my wife called me the mind mechanic. I love it. It was June 17th on a Wednesday. We were waiting to get lunch, and she just called me the mind mechanic, and it all clicked. All the things I've been working on over a decade with coaching and speaking and inspiring, and originally being called the jump starter, it clicked. But I just kept doing it. There was something inside of me that I could not shake. What is that thing inside of you that you just cannot shake? And when you do it, you feel alive, and when you're not doing it, you feel dead. And for me, I realized that whether or not I'm going to get paid to be doing what I'm doing right this second, that I know that I am getting paid in more than money. And at times we're looking at things only in the dimension of getting paid via money. I can tell you I have plenty of examples in my life that I did that thing that I wanted to do, regardless of whether or not I could convince people to pay me to do it. I did it anyways. And then I got paid to do it. There's so many people on this planet who have businesses that were very accidental. They just kind of fell into it. They loved it. They were doing it. More people asked them to do it. And all of a sudden they had demand. It's like, I don't have any time for this. Okay, money. Okay. And things happen. But at times there's these things that we love that we don't do. And when we're not doing it, we don't feel as alive as we could. So my thing is to, if you know that thing, some of you don't, but some of you do. Some of you know that thing, and over the last 3 or 4 months, maybe certain levels of doing that thing have been taken away from you. But what is it? What versions of it can you still do? Yes, maybe I can't do as much in person of this right now. But that's not going to stop me from doing it, because it's exercising that muscle so it doesn't atrophy. So whether you're a writer, you're a singer, you're a violinist, you're a videographer, a photographer, a web designer, a speaker, whatever it is that you're trying to do as a creator, do it. To whatever that looks like. And if you haven't been doing it in a while, if you haven't taken your guitar out and jammed, if you haven't done that thing that you love to do, that you know when you do it, it lights you up, then my challenge today for you on this Monday at 9:44 a.m. Central Standard Time of when I'm recording it live on August 17th, do that thing that lights you up. And don't worry right now whether or not you're getting paid to do it, whether or not you're doing it in front of a whole bunch of people. I love that one person recognized that whether there's 1 on here listening, there's 30 on here listening, whoever is on here listening, because this is how I am in my life. If you meet me and interact with me, I don't care if you have a ton of money or you don't have any money at all. If you end up interacting with me, I will give you all of me. And if there's one hack in my life that I never knew really was a hack, that I never looked at it that way, it's that I've always shown up and I've done my best. If I've made the choice to do something, because I don't feel good doing any less than that. Right? So if I'm capable, if you right now are capable of this, and you are only quote unquote getting paid for those visual people, take a look at the screen. If you're capable of this, and this is like, you're really good. This is your best. This is awesome. I'm so excited. And this is where you were a year and a half ago. But your ability to sell or whatever has someone pay to where your delivery is only supposed to be this lower level. And you know when you do that lower level, you're not excited about it. You're kind of like apathetic, you're like, whatever. Make a choice today to do this. Make a choice to do the best with where you're at. Set your life, set your business up to where you always do your best. And no matter what happens in the external world in regards to how much you're getting paid, I promise you that things will work out so much better, because at least it starts with you coming from a place that you're excited about, that you're enthusiastic. And if there's anything I've seen in a decade, is that it'll infect people, because people want to be around people who are doing their best work, who are excited about what they're doing, who are passionate about what they're doing. And you do it enough, you'll get pretty doggone good at it. And people ask you to do it more. People ask to give you money to do it. But if you don't do it because you think you should jump from here to over here with just magic, then it might leave you very frustrated. And so there's a good chunk of you on here. Where are you sitting? I can see a good chunk of the comments. I've got a thing that aggregates all the comments now. Let me know where you're at. Andy says, too much external pressure sometimes. And Andy, if you're still listening, that's what I've learned as well. But really, at times, where is the pressure? Who creates the pressure? You know, when I used to say, people made me think this or made me do this, is that really true? Because two people can have the same thing happen and they have very different experiences. What's a stressful scenario for one of you right now listening doesn't cause an iota of stress for someone else. So it's not the scenario that's stressful. It's your interpretation of that scenario, right? Some people, business is easy. Some people, business is not. Some people, hate talking to people. Some people love. So these certain actions in and of themselves are not the things that are the problems. We have to dig inside and really figure out what is going on. And that's why, I was talking to my wife. We went up, had a drive to a place called Nando's up in Chicago. It's from the UK or from, I don't know, it's a Portuguese, I've been told. I thought it was something else Peruvian I was saying, but it's Portuguese. We had different talks, and it's just like I used to have a lot of, when I would do a lot of coaching or do a lot of things, I would have a lot of neck pain. And the reality is that it's pretty much not there anymore. I'm not letting the entire world and social media and people and things just affect me. It doesn't mean I don't care. It doesn't mean I don't love. It just, I can put up more of a shield and not have this stuff where I'm constantly in a physical pain. And that's come from internal work. And even the topics I'm covering now on these things. I mean, there's the thing where you go through changes. Some of you are on here and like, what's this got to do? Depending on when you're watching on certain Facebook groups or whatnot that I've got this going, some of you are like, what does this have to do with anything? And as I was just talking to people on team I'm involved with Next Level Creators and different things, we were just talking, a lot of people start with tech and tactics, and some may never even go into the mindset work or the personal development. And for me, it's been such a game changer in so many ways to increase my happiness that I can make the choice to have each and every single day. And so, anyways, any questions or thoughts before I jump off of here today? I got a day full of some different things. If you want, send me a message. If you find, I never know if somebody's watched 10 of these or if somebody's watched one of them, but I do one-on-one coaching full time. That's my main thing right now. And I love being able to dig into an individual. And the thing I say is we all have potentially, if we're not happy and we're in a state of frustration and irritation and different things, or business models, businesses, relationships, careers, different things, those are buckets. And if you're on your 8th business model or career or program or whatever, I know how you feel. I've done these things in my life, but there's a leak. And rather than continuing to change out the bucket, let's find the leak. And we find the leak, you don't have to keep changing out the bucket necessarily, or at least do it out of a place of desperation, but do it for different choices. So send me a message. You can also go download my audiobook. It's takemia.com, or you can go to themindmechanic.net. And let me put these, let me see if I can type this in. Let me know who sees this. I'm going to put it in the comments, and let me see if you guys can see this in these different places? Let me know by leaving a comment. There's that. And if you're not on my personal, you can send me a message here. Would love to connect with you. I hope you enjoyed this here today. I love doing these. Like I said, I do these on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays right now. These little morning mind tune-ups. And then every Wednesday, I do a Zoom session where I do one-on-one coaching with people publicly there. So if you have any other questions, thoughts, or anything, let me know. If this resonated with you today, leave resonate. If you have any topics or things you'd like me to cover on a future morning tune-up, then please let me know. Thanks for having a listen here today. I hope you found it valuable. If this is your first time listening, if you've listened multiple times, welcome back. And leave me a comment with your biggest insight from today's episode. So appreciate you all so much. Have an incredible, incredible day. And the moral of the story today is recognize that there are people that will tell you to have a big dream, a small dream, big goals, no goals, and anywhere in between. And we have to figure out what really resonates with us and realize that there's no perfect way. There's just a lot of different ways. And when we find the ways that align and work with us, we'll be able to move forward more powerfully than thinking that there's a perfect way and the way or an only way. And when that way is not working, we need to realize there are other ways. I've seen too many people get stopped dead in their tracks because they think that there is only one way. And so, and that way is not working. If you've got a way that's working, then don't let people tell you that you should do it another way. Do that and keep doing it right now. So, rock and roll, my friends. Appreciate you all so much. Have an incredible, incredible day, and we will talk soon. Rock and roll.